In this video, I'm going to look at graphing linear inequalities. Now, there are usually three steps that are involved when you're graphing linear inequalities. The first step is to rearrange the equation so that y is equals to is on the left and everything else on the right. Then the next step is to plot the line y is equals to. Now, make it a solid line if y is greater than or equal to, or y is less than or equal to, because the points on that line will be inclusive, and a dashed line for y is greater than or y is less than, because the points on that line are not inclusive, and shared the unwanted region. So shared the unwanted region. So these are usually the three steps involved, and I'll show how to go about this in these examples. So example 1, on a set of axes, show the set of values that satisfy the inequality x is less than or equal to 2. Now, remember what I said earlier is that this means that we are going to have a solid line because of the inequality, right? This inequality here means that I'm going to have a solid line. Just keep that in mind. But anyway, the first step is draw the line showing x is equals to 2. So step 1, draw the line showing x is equals to 2. So that will be our first step. Now, if you remember how to draw the line x is equals to 2 when you're looking at linear functions, so x is equals to 2, that will be basically that line. Remember, it's a solid line. So this line here is x is equals to 2. Good. And then step 2, shade the unwanted region. So shade the unwanted region. So we want to shade the unwanted region here. Now, remember the inequality is x is less than or equal to 2, which means that the part on the right, remember this line actually divides this plane into two parts. So the part on the left is what we want, where x is less than or equal to 2. And the part that's unwanted is the part that's on the right. So x is less than or equal to, remember we are shading the unwanted region, because the inequality is stating that x is less than or equal to 2. So the part on the left is what we want. The part on the right is what we don't want. And we're shading the unwanted region. So shade the unwanted region. That's exactly what I've done. All right. All right. Next example. On a set of axes, show the set of values that satisfy the inequality y is less than -5. Now, remember, the first thing that you need to do is decide whether you're going to have a solid line or a dotted line. So here we are going to have a dotted line. Anyway, step 1, draw the line showing y is equals to -5. So draw the line showing y is equals to -5. So y is equals to -5. That will be a horizontal line passing through -5, just about there. So just get it right. Okay, so somewhere around there. Um, and it's actually good to label it. So y is equal to -5. All right. So step 2, shed the unwanted region. So shed the unwanted region. So remember from our inequality, y is less than -5. So everything above this line is unwanted. And basically, that's what I'm going to share. So anything above this line is unwanted. And just to remember, our line is supposed to be dotted line. I almost forgot about that. So it should be a dotted line. Okay, so dotted line, and we have shaded the unwanted region. And basically, this is the region that, or this is a set of values that satisfy this inequality. So first of all, remember, draw the line showing y is equals to -5. It has to be a dotted line, and then shade the unwanted region. Good. Example 3. On a set of axes, show the set of values that satisfy this inequality. Now remember, first step, usually, this is just to remind you, especially in case you forget, that is a dotted line, because the points on that line will not be inclusive. Anyway, step 1, draw the line showing y is equals to x. So draw the line showing y is equals to x. And basically what that will be is, remember, to draw a line you just need 3 points. So and for each x coordinate is equals to y coordinate. So when x is 0, y will be 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on and so forth. So when you're plotting these points, this should be straightforward. So 0, 0 is over here, 1, 1 is over there, 2, 2 is over here. So if I draw a line passing through these points, I will end up with something like this. Now you need to use a ruler when you're drawing these lines. Do not draw them freehand. So y is equals to x. Now remember, it's a dotted line. So something like that. So this is y is equals to x. All right, step 2. Now, for this particular line, we are going to approach it in a different way. So step 2, choose test points and substitute them into the inequality. So choose test points. So what I mean by that is I'm going to choose 2 points. You don't have to choose 2 points, but I think choosing 2 points at this stage will help you just to know what this is about. So the first point that I choose will be, let me choose, it doesn't matter which point you choose, but I'll choose -3, -5, which is here. Okay, you can choose any point. This will be my point A, -3, -5. And then I'll choose point B as 2, -4. Now remember, I'm choosing these points on either side of the line. And what I'm going to do is just plug them into the inequality and check which one will be the required region and which one will be the unwanted region. So let me start for point A. Now, if you plug point A into the inequality, just remember this is the x coordinate and that's the y coordinate, and that's the x coordinate and that's the y coordinate. So if I plug point A into the inequality, I'll end up with negative 5 is actually this is 5, sorry, missed that. 5. So I'll end up with 5 is greater than negative 3, which makes sense because 5 is greater than negative 3. And for point B, I have negative 4 is greater than 2. So negative 4 is greater than 2. Well, no way, because negative 4 is actually smaller than negative 2. So this means that point B is on the unwanted region. Unwanted region. Okay, so what you are going to do is we are going to shed this region where we have point B, because this is the unwanted region, to end up with the required region where point A is.